The following is an Outdoor Channel original production.
Native grasslands and golden barley fields cover the ground, and flocks of mallards and geese began to fill the skies. This is the Duck Factory, the Prairie Pothole region where the next generation of waterfowl is raised, and water in spring can determine a season's success. This region contains millions of shallow water potholes, creating the epicenter of duck production in the spring months, making the Prairie Pothole region DU's top priority area.
Ducks Unlimited is brought to you by Midway USA.
Ducks Unlimited Canada works with landowners to protect both natural and working lands. With proper care, these environments can produce up to 70% of North American waterfowl, making this a top destination for hunters in early fall. As fall flights take to the sky here in central Alberta, we start our journey with a special guest, NBA Hall of Famer Rick Barry. We join Kevin Wilson and DU Canada biologist Mike Barr to share the passion of this great sport as Rick takes his first shot at a classic game.
I'm gonna let you shoot my shotgun.
Usually we're out in some remote location, some small town, and here this time we're 15 minutes from Edmonton, and we're hunting right in the very outskirts of Edmonton. And I'll tell you what, we found a lot of geese, we found a lot of ducks, and the hunting's great here.
Canada geese and mallard ducks remain stay here in Alberta. We settle in with Venture North Outfitters, located just outside Edmonton in the northern half of the Central Flyway.
Look at the beautiful day. Look how everything's looking good.
Yeah. The main thing is don't move. We're going to be just huddled down in these reeds. Decoys right here in front of us. You know, we've already had 2 or 3 ducks coming in and the scouts, and they're lighting right exactly where we want them. I think these ducks are really going to be anxious to get in here.
I got it.
Let's get them.
All right.
Part of the fun for me of doing this show is to be each episode with a new cast of players. Of course, you got Kevin Wilson. Kevin impressed me very, very much as an operator, as an outfitter. And then you've got Rick Barry, one of the greatest basketball players in the history of the NBA. And a wonderful guy. Now, he's a novice waterfowl hunter. Bob Clark was the dog handler. Bob's a good dog man. He's field trial dogs, he's raised labs, and one of those quiet, competent people that you like to have along on a hunt that just adds that extra touch, makes the hunt good. Then Mike, the ultimate professional in what he does.
Here's a big bunch coming. Oh, you take them. That's the only one I could shoot that wasn't.
Hey, great shot, Wade. Nice. That
Wasn't,
was the only one that wasn't too
right,
far over. It was the quintessential day for hunting. And to tell you that it wasn't killing me, that I wasn't, and I picked that day to be able to learn and not be shooting, I can't even tell you how difficult that was, but it was still a wonderful experience for me and a great learning experience for me to watch and to see how it all unfolded and to be a part of the hunt.
I'm watching you very carefully. I'm going to tell you, I'm watching you very carefully because today, this is my morning of observation to really learn things so that I can get better. Oh, here we go.
All right, take them, take them, take them. All right.
Nice shooting, guys.
Oh, good deal.
Nice shooting.
All right.
Mike and I were shooting. Rick was enjoying watching us. He was trying to learn a little bit about it. And then down on the end, you've got Kevin and Bob Clark and his dog. And we were huddled down in there, and we were hiding in the cattails. All the elements were there. And I just stopped one time, and I looked down the line, and I thought, you know, this is what waterfowl hunting should look like. That's the way it ought to be.
Ducks Unlimited, brought to you by Midway USA, just about everything for hunting. And by Auto Vent Shade, lets fresh air in, keeps rain out.
The snow continues to fall just outside of Edmonton in central Alberta as NBA Hall of Famer Rick Barry settles into the game of duck hunting on this classic waterfowl day.
Watch him, his mic, right here. Shoot.
Nice going, guys. Good shooting.
Snow coming down, the ducks were hitting the pothole consistently, and the ducks just kept piling in. It was spectacular.
It was beautiful to see, it really and truly was. And half the fun going out when you're doing it is to meet new people, to have the opportunity to interact, and to have some fun.
Rick was really into it. You know, he has a very inquisitive mind, and it was fun for me to kind of look at the hunt through his eyes.
Hey guys, you know, we're saying you got to see drakes and the hens doing stuff. With this lighting, it's a little bit tough. Is there another way to be able to establish which is which?
If you study an individual bird as it's coming in, you can, especially if you've got a pair, you know, a hen and a drake together, you'll see the difference.
Drake has got that dark breast and lighter color that waters that dark, and so, you know, you can pick that out even in poor lighting conditions.
Okay.
It's tougher in obviously conditions like this, but you can tell the difference. I was extremely impressed with Mike Barr, and he has a quiet determination, I think, to be a good biologist and a good conservationist, and he's proud of what he's doing for DU Canada. It looks to me like this is good upland cover around the pond. Is this good nesting? Is this a good nesting pond in the spring?
Yeah, you want an area that's got lots of potholes, lots of variety, and lots of perennial cover, either native uplands or tame grass in the mix, kind of smattered around those ponds so that you got both of what you need, water and cover.
Oh, big ones. Big flock, guys.
Big ones. Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
All right, well, we're going to work on this time. So wide. Shoot.
All right, take them.
See the feathers I blasted?
There we go, boys. That's what it's all about.
Woo! Birds to hammer there.
Dropping like flies, boys.
All right, that's
Yeah,
duck shooting.
yeah.
Bob Clark was the dog handler, and Bob wisely decided not to put his dog out in that water. I think if the dog had gone out into that pond, it literally could have died out there because it could have gotten stuck, could not have gotten any traction. There was no bottom to that muck.
Normally our labs can get in the water and retrieve the ducks, no problem at all.
Yeah.
But as a backup, we like to carry a fishing rod and a big hook, and that managed to save the day. We managed to retrieve the birds that were left. And a little bit of wind brought them right into the shore, so it was pretty good.
Well, I got to see a lot today. I learned a lot, and hopefully I'll be able to put everything that I was able to observe into good practice tomorrow.
You will be in the game when the bell goes off.
I don't like being a reserve that often.
Well, when I learned from Mike and learned what Ducks Unlimited was doing on a grand scale, both in all of North America, I decided to go out and sign up and be a part of Ducks Unlimited because what they're doing is not only wonderful for the waterfowl, it's just wonderful for our country. But I think it's very important that we are aware of the problems that exist and learning what's happening with, like, trying to save the potholes in Canada, for instance, how important that is. And I had an opportunity to talk to Mike about what his role is and what's happening with Ducks Unlimited Canada. Mike, we had a great hunt today. I really enjoy you out there knocking them down left and right. But tell us a little about the uniqueness of the pothole hunting up here in Canada.
A pothole is a depressional area. They're often circular and cattail ringed, like the one that we were on today, and small. They're half an acre in size, many of them, and probably at most several feet deep in the middle. And so these ponds become home to a breeding pair. A pond like we were on this morning of, say, an acre in size would house half a dozen breeding pairs among different species.
What's the biggest problem in your role with Ducks Unlimited Canada that you face?
Wetland loss continues to be the biggest problem, and it's a problem throughout Prairie Canada or the Prairie Pothole region. So that's an important issue that we've got to deal with.
In terms of donations and membership dues of that nature, just how significant is the contribution of Ducks Unlimited Canada to the overall Ducks Unlimited program?
Well, it's very important. It actually just got considerably more important. Just beginning with $1 raised in the U.S. May become as many as $5 by the time it comes to Canada through a variety of matching processes and conversions through to Canadian currency, somewhere between $3 and $5.
Mike, in your role as a biologist for Ducks Unlimited Canada, optimistic, pessimistic about the future?
We're very optimistic. We are getting a good idea of the task at hand. We're using a variety of means to address that task. We're using direct programs with farmers, projects that we have always done that are our cornerstone, and we're also working with the policymakers to bring wetland-related policies, water and land resource policies into place that are going to benefit waterfowl and wetlands too.
The Prairie Pothole region of Alberta, just outside of the Edmonton skyline, is where we've set up on a small pothole with Kevin Wilson to put Rick on his first mallard. After watching from the sidelines the first morning, it's now time for Rick to step into the game and have a chance to get on the board.
So you have never shot a mallard before?
No, I have not shot a
This
mallard.
is going to be your banner day. Let me tell you how things are going to work. When ducks come in, I'm going to say 1, 2, and then I'm going to come up to shoot, and then I'll say 3, and then you come up, and if I miss, you shoot behind me, okay?
That doesn't sound like a good idea to me for some reason.
We'll work it out. One thing you can expect as a waterfowl hunter is that conditions are going to change. About the time you think you have them dialed in, something happens and you flounder. And basically we floundered that second morning. You know, the weather warmed up, the snow went away. Rick, if we have birds coming and you don't see them, you can tell the way he's calling. Look to your left, look down to the end of the pond and just kind of watch the sky, and that's where probably they're going to come from on this wind. And then when he calls a shot, just rise up out of that thing. This is spring-loaded, and it'll push out of your way. And then just come up and look for birds right here, and we're going to try to drop them right in front of the blind.
Look for the greenheads.
Look for the greenheads, that's right.
It's a good thing I'm not colorblind.
That's those little Susies are the ones that make little ducks, and lots of greenheads to go around, so that's what we want.
Rick Berry actually got to shoot his first mallard on this hunt. He came and said, I really haven't hunted a lot, been in the fields a little bit and on the water a little bit, but he says, I'd really like to shoot my first mallard, or my first drake.
They probably don't do it now, so get ready.
Get ready there, Rick?
Ready.
Okay, take him and Will. There you go. Yeah, good shooting.
First one, first mallard.
It came in just in a beautiful position. It was right there in front of me and got his wings out. And I said to myself, Rick, if you miss this one, they should send you home. The thing about it is what probably helped me is because of Wade saying, you have to make sure you want to shoot the drakes. And so that forced me to have to take my time.
I think we have a waterfowler on our hands. He's in the game now.
Well, the outdoors when I was growing up didn't mean a lot to me when you grew up in New Jersey in the middle of the city and there's millions of people around you and you don't have a lot of trees and natural wildlife. And then I got exposed to it later on in my life, and I enjoyed it, but it was limited because I was involved with playing basketball, so I didn't have an opportunity to really experience much of it. So here and there I got a chance to do something, a little fly fishing here, a little fishing trip, spinning stuff out in the ocean, have an opportunity to go do some bird hunting, have a chance to go do some duck hunting. And until the opportunity came along here, when I had a chance to come and do some things with Ducks Unlimited in this show, I was really excited.
He was so into learning about asking things that I kind of take for granted. Why do you make that kind of call? Why do you set the decoys like this? And it was fun for me to kind of watch him buy into the program. He's a competitor. He has that heart of an athlete. And an athlete faces challenges. Waterfowl hunting is a challenge. And so those two bleed together. And so here's Rick trying to learn about being a hunter and wanting to come back probably and do this again sometime.
Like anything in life, until you really learn about it, you really can't appreciate it, what it's like. And this experience for me up here in Canada has been just, words really aren't adequate to describe it. It was so fascinating seeing these animals. It's fantastic. I mean, people need to do this. They really need to get out and experience this themselves because they don't know what they're missing. Now that I learned so much about what was happening, especially from Mike, and hearing what they're doing and the value behind the efforts of Ducks Unlimited. I mean, if you have anything to do at all with the outdoors, even if you don't, if you're just into trying to keep our planet the way it should be, then you need to be a member.
Kevin, what do you think?
Well, I think the weather's thrown us a bit of a curveball. I think we need to just accept this for being hunting what hunting is, and the birds decided not to come out this morning. So I think we call it a morning, say that's hunting, that's the way it goes, let's regroup and go out this evening. I think we're looking at probably a pretty solid goose shoot this afternoon.
Rick, how'd you like your first duck hunt?
I got a duck on my first shot, my mallard, so it's a great day for me. So.
Let's wrap it up.
With this all-time NBA scorer taking his first mallard, we head back into the lodge to regroup for an evening hunt in a pea field where a large flock of geese has been located and new flights of ducks are arriving.
Kevin impressed me very, very much as an operator, as an outfitter. Everything he did was professional. You know, he has good equipment. He has a good team assembled to scout and find birds.
Our outfitting business is really a family business. My wife and I started this about 9 years ago, and Heather is really a key partner in our business. One of the pea fields that we were shooting, we'd been watching it for several weeks, and we finally decided this was the time to shoot.
Look at this. Here they come, guys. Come back later. So ducks in the morning, geese in the afternoon. That's the Alberta smorgasbord.
Always like the smorgasbord, you know. You can just help yourself to whatever you
Pick
want.
and choose.
I know, it's been great. I mean, it's beautiful out here. We got a nice sunny day. Kevin, what's the chances of getting some geese in here?
We're looking really good, Rick. We've got a pea field that we've been watching. We've actually been watching it for about a month, and if everything goes as planned, we'll have lots of action coming up shortly.
We're looking downwind, and these geese will be coming, hopefully, straight into our face. And if they like our spread, they're going to try to land in this middle hole right in front of the decoys. And they're big birds, and they're not going fast, and you just put it right on them, and just take your time. Don't get in a rush. That's the main thing.
Hey, I get to shoot.
Hopefully. That's the plan.
All right.
With numerous flocks of Canada and white-fronted geese in our direct path, we're anxious to settle into the ground blinds. This large decoy set is bound to give Rick a chance to build on his morning stats.
As we see coming over the tree, there's one goose is coming over the tree.
Okay, take him. Good shot. Excellent.
Nice shot. That was spectacular. I mean, just one single goose, and that will forever be embedded in my mind.
We've had a promising start to our afternoon goose hunt, but will this fine little pea field that the Wilsons have been scouting continue to produce and give us another chance?
Ducks Unlimited, brought to you by Midway USA, just about everything for hunting. And by Auto Vent Shade, lets fresh air in, keeps rain out.
After a great start in waterfowling, NBA Hall of Famer and champion Rick Barry has taken his first mallard today. As we set up in layout blinds among a fresh-cut pea field, geese are on the move to feed before they head back to roost. With some time remaining before the buzzer, we take aim as the sun sets.
Okay, take him, take him, take him.
Whoa, boy.
Yeah, well, yeah. That was unbelievable.
Woo. Kevin, how many did we drop?
I think we dropped two. I think you got two. I don't know if I hit one.
You didn't hit one?
That'll go. Come on.
Okay, see them whiffling there?
There's a big bunch going over the trees.
Hey, we got birds coming in.
Lay down.
I don't have them yet.
Okay, stay down. Here we go. These specks are coming in hard. Oh, didn't like something. Okay, we got some on the left coming in hard.
Got two coming right in.
Okay, get ready. Okay, take them, take them. There you go.
Good shooting, Kevin.
And that's the thing about anything you do in life. You really have to learn the basics and the fundamentals. I compare it to basketball in that if you don't learn the basic rudiments and fundamentals of what you're doing, you're going to be limited as to how good you can get.
I brought my goose caller along
Oh,
with
good.
me.
I'm so glad.
I need a little instruction here.
A goose's basic sound is a 2-note honk. It starts low, goes high. Oh! Oh! Watch my cheeks when I blow. Because I'm blowing from my diaphragm. Okay, Rick, let me offer you some more advice. You got the basics. Take your call home and practice. You're right.
Okay, take them.
Got him! Got two!
Good shooting, good shooting.
Yeah! All right.
All right.
Yeah, well, I got two.
I got two as well.
That's four. All right.
Oh, more geese coming in. Let's get down. It's such a rush watching birds finish. You know, I don't think any pure waterfowl or anybody that really loves waterfowling ever gets tired of watching birds finish. Watching those great big honkers come in with wings spread out, feet down, it's absolutely spectacular. We just love watching the sunrise, watching the birds fly. We enjoy hunting. You know, it's just a game that only a waterfowler would understand.
The whole experience was something that I will never, ever forget, and I look forward to having a chance to do more of it.